guys, just setting up a little differently today. I have the computer wired into the router, and hopefully that will not have to rely on Wi-Fi, and it will go better. So that's my goal. I'm sitting in a real chair today, much more comfy. Dylan's piano bench, just not very back supportive, you know. So we're going good. I tore my paper in half and didn't use scissors. Does that remind you of your workbook pages? Yeah, I didn't do so good. Scissors are good things, right? Okay, so I don't know if I like this chair or not, though. It'll be taking get used to. I got my printer working, though. Worked on that today. Need to dust it. It's been a little while since it's been used. Oops. I have all these wires in front of me. At least the kitty's not here yet. I don't know quite where to put them. So we're going to learn how to deal with wires today. Does that sound good? So the math lesson seemed pretty good today. It was short and sweet. So let me open up my book to a 110. And I found a blue Sharpie marker for today. So hopefully that will do well in us doing that. But when I was setting up everything, what's it called? What are the things out in the garage that you flip? Good job, Ms.Bailey. I thought breakers. I thought I flipped a breaker or whatever it's called. So I went out into the garage, and the good thing was I actually found a box of my kitchen stuff that I might have been looking for quite a few years now. That was pretty exciting. That's how often I go to the breaker box and look at stuff. So I'm really excited for that. But it wasn't the breaker box I needed to deal with. It was actually the GFCI. I had too much stuff plugged in, and it wasn't happy when I plugged in the printer, so I had to redo all that. Good to see you all guys this afternoon. Let me start writing down what you guys would like to work on so I don't forget. And got to find a page here to write on, and we'll get going. Okay, so I don't know what all was said beforehand. Was it just everybody saying hi? Lily, you'd like to see 22. Miss Lily. And Sage, you would like to, where did Sage just go? You were just there. 7. Okay. And what else? 22. Yes, Lily got it. Oh my goodness. Reading. Ooh, I didn't bring reading downstairs. 6 and 8 on reading. Yikes. I'm sorry, I'm not prepared with that. I might just have to run upstairs and get it. I have a question on, okay. So hold your reading questions. Just let's do math first and then I'll go grab it. Hi, Abigail. You'd like to see number 1? Okay. Okay, guys, remember that our chat times are just for math questions. You guys can talk later. I'm done with all the work today. Yay. Okay, number 1. Okay, so far I have Lily with 22, Sage with 7, Abigail with 1. Okay, well, let's start with that then. Let's start with number 22 for Lily. And yes, Lily, you are very good at getting on first. Okay, so for number 22, for lesson 110, we have that 1/50th, and we're going to rename it to hundredths. Okay, so we want to get the fraction. I'm not seeing it very well. Come closer. Chair. Can you see that? Is that better? Okay, so save the reading questions for later, guys. Let's just stick with math. And London, you would like math 3. Okay. Okay, so maybe this still isn't the best idea. Okay, we're going to go with whiteboard markers on our paper. Okay, so we need to rename 1/50th into hundredths. So then we need to multiply by something that's equal to 1. And how did 50 get to be 100? Yep, multiplied it by 2. So we have to do 2 up here too, because we need that to equal 1. So we already did 50 times 2 is 100. And we have 1 times 2 is 2. So our renamed fraction would be 2 hundredths. Like that. Does that look good? Okay, Lucia, you would like to see number 2. Okay. Pens. I have a lot of pens. Do you guys know that? You do know that, huh? Okay, so we got that taken care of. Number 22, Sage. We're going to get yours next. Number 7. It wants us to write fractions equal to 5/6 and 3/4 with denominators of 12. So first of all, we'll have our 5/6. And what was our other one? It was, where'd it go? 3/4. Okay, so we have these two fractions, and it wants us to rename them with a denominator of 12. So that's basically what we just did up here too. So we need to multiply and figure it out. 4 times what equals 12? 3 is correct. And we put our 3 up here, so that 3/3 equals 1, right? Because we're not changing how much we have, we're just changing its name. So 4 times 3 is 12. 3 times 3, 9. 6 times what is 12? 2, very good. Multiply it by 2 up here. 5 times 2 is 10. So far we have 10 twelfths and 9 twelfths. And then the second part of our question says, then subtract the smaller fraction from the larger fraction. Well, if we have 10 parts and we have 9 parts, 9 parts would be the smaller one, right? So we're going to take 10 twelfths and subtract 9 twelfths and get how many twelfths? Well, 10 minus 9 equals 1. So our answer would be 1/12. Okay, how are we doing? Okay. I don't know where Kitty is right now. I think she's napping. I don't think when I was trying to work in the garage, I don't think she ran out there. Which is good because Gladys, the neighbor, was walking her dog, I can't remember the dog's name, that doesn't like kitties. So it's a good thing she didn't come out. Okay, so Abigail will do number 1 next. Then London will get 3. And then Lucia will get 2. Okay, so let's look at number 1. James counted 60 peas and 20 carrot slices on his plate. That's a lot of carrot slices, I'm thinking. I haven't counted up 60 peas lately. I don't know how big that is. What was the ratio of carrot slices to peas on his plate? Okay, so they gave us information of 60 peas, and they also gave us information that there's 20 carrot slices. Okay, and the ratio they want us to do says they want carrot slices over peas. So if we do that, there's 20 carrots and there's 60 peas. We're not quite done yet because we need to simplify. So let's go ahead and I love how you guys are participating. Good job. We can, since there's a 0 there, we know we can at least simplify by 10, but 2 and 6 would also be even numbers, right? So let's look at our 20. What are the multiples of 20? 20, 40, 60, right? So 20 can go into both of these. So let's divide both. 20 divided by 20 is 1. And then 60 divided by 20 is 3. So our ratio of carrot slices to peas is 1:3. Okay? That question was number 1. Now, London, we're going to do number 3. Can you guys see down here very well? You can't, can you? Let me tilt it a little bit more so we don't waste paper. Okie dokie. So number 3. 3/4 of the 28 students finished the test early. How many students finished the test early? What percent of the students finished the test early? Okay, so do you guys remember what the word of it means in math land? It means multiply, right? And the two numbers they're giving us is 3/4 of 28 students. Okay, so that means we're going to multiply 3/4 times, oops, kind of there and there, isn't it? 28 over 1, because that's how we write whole numbers, right? And now we multiply. Well, what is 28 times 3? Let's find out. 8 times 3 is 4, carry our 2. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 2 is 8. So we have 84 fourths. Let's figure out what that number really is. So I'm going to go work over here in my spare room, and 4 can go into 8. Yeah, twice. Subtract, bring down. 4 can go into 4 once, and we have no remainders. So we have a total of 21 students that have finished their work for their test early. So that would be kind of like answer A. And then answer B asks us, well, hey, what percent of the students is that? So we go back up to our fraction. 3/4 is what we're figuring out. So we need to take the fraction 3/4 and make it into a percent. So simply to do that, we take our, can you see down here? We take our 3/4, and remember percent means 100, and we get 300 over 4. Okay, so then we take 300, divide it by 4. 4 can't go into 3, but 4 can go into 30, 28 times. 4 to 7 times, which would be 28. I got ahead of myself. Okay. Do some subtraction, and we got 20. And how many times can 4 go into 20? 5 is correct. 0. So answer B, what percent is that? It would be 75%. Okay. Question for you guys. Since it's plugged into the router, has it frozen at all? Because I don't really see any of those comments anymore. Is it doing better today? About the same? Or is it doing worse? Can you let me know that? That would be awesome. Okay. It is better? Oh, very good. So I should plug it in, and it goes, when I plug it in directly to the router, it hasn't frozen. It's doing way better. Good news. Thanks for the feedback, guys. Maybe we fix it and we can do this and it won't freeze on you. That would be awesome. Okay, so London, we got your number 3. So now let's do Lucia's number 2. Okay, so a package of 10 hot dogs costs $1.25. So we got ourselves some hot dogs. And there's 10, and the cost is $1.25. Okay, now they want to know, hey, we really need to get 100 hot dogs. How much is that going to cost us? Okay, so we can set this up a couple of different ways. So since we've been working kind of with ratios and fractions, we're going to do that today. So this information tells us we have 10 hot dogs, and they cost us $1.25. Okay. We need to get to 100. How much is that going to cost us? Well, we could do this just like we've been doing, renaming a fraction. 10 times what gives us 100, and that would be 10. So $1.25 times 10 would get us how much money? So if we take $1.25 and times it by 10, 2 decimal places, boom, boom, our answer would be $12.50. Okay, if we weren't doing that, we would take our $1.25 and figure out for each hot dog, 10 goes into 12 once, remainder 2, bring down our 5. It goes into 25 twice, and that's 20. And we can't stop with well, we could. It would be 12.5 cents. I'm trying to figure this how to explain that. But what I'm going to do instead is take our $1.25 and boom, 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 boom. I'm getting to right there again. And we did our 20 and we're left over with 5. Sometimes, and we'll do this when we, especially when you're getting into higher math, we can add an extra 0 and bring it down and ask ourselves how many times can 10 go into 50? And we would put it like that. It can go 5 times. So then we have an actual whole decimal number of 12.5 cents, but we put it like this. And then we would take this number and multiply it by our 100. Boom, boom. And we have 3 decimal points. 1, 2, 3. So that would be 12.50. So whatever way you find easiest to do it, go ahead and do that. I think right now we're more used to this, but someday we'll be using that. Okay, so excellent. You got the answer too. Okay. Yep, you could just times it too. Very good. There's lots of possibilities. Okay, so I see that Abigail needs number 4. This rectangle was formed with pins 1 inch long. So here we have a rectangle going on. Okay. And each one of these is an inch long. 1 inch, 1 inch, 1 inch, 1 inch, etc. So how many total inches does that make for there? It makes 3, right? And how many total inches for here? Would be 2 inches. So we know that this side is 3 inches and this side is 2 inches. So if we were to go all the way around, which is called perimeter, we would go 3 plus 2 plus 3 plus 2. And 3 plus 2 is 5. And 3 plus 2 is 5. We add 5 and 5 together, and we would get 10 pins would be our length. If we want to be more specific, we would know that it's 10 inches, but it asked how many pins form the perimeter. So we would have 10 pins. And it wants to know, well, how many small squares cover this rectangle? Well, we can look and count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's right. But when we do area, we multiply 3 times 2, 2 times 3, same thing, and we get 6, and our label would be small squares. Okay. What else? How you doing? It really did freeze. Did anybody else have that freeze? Abigail, we just did number 4. So if you didn't catch it, you can look here to see, or go ahead and watch it again. Okay, that's what you got. 2, Chloe, very good. Okay, do we have any more math questions from today? Doing okay? Okay, super. I'm gonna close my marker out for a minute and just got a purple thumb. I'm so good at drawing on myself. So let's see. Math test tomorrow. And then on Thursday, we'll do lesson 111. Yes, we can do reading now. Let me go run upstairs and grab my packet so I can help you with that, okay? So I'll be back. Give me a minute and pray that I don't trip upstairs or downstairs. I'll be right back. guys, I have reading packets. Okay. Abigail, are your questions for math or questions for reading? Okay. Lily, stop spamming. I need number 4 and what? If it's math, we just did it. It's right here. So if you didn't get it, go back and watch it later. Okay. You need reading page 20, number 4? Okay. Let's get to reading then. Okay, page 20 is our map page. Okay. And you need 6 and 7. Abigail, I'm really confused. If it's number 4 for math, we did it. If it's number 4 for reading, let me know it's reading, okay? Okay, so reading page 20, number 4. How would Marty get from Friendly to Middlebourne? Okay, so we need to find out where Friendly is. Friendly is right kind of in the lower middle, right? Okay, so on your map, Friendly is down here, right? And Middlebourne is right here. It's like going across, but you can't walk or can't drive where there's not a road. So you need to tell me how you get from Friendly and drive to Melbourne. So you're going to give me like some driving directions. Okay. So he's on Highway 7, I think. Yep, so he's right here, and this is Highway 7. So he's going to go this way on 7, and it doesn't give us a map key, but this is going northeast. It's a standard map facing that direction. But then he's going to take a right on what highway? Okay. Which highway is that going to be? Yeah, that's Highway 18. So he's going to take a right and go on Highway 18, and then he's kind of going a southeast direction. So he was northeast, then he goes southeast, and then he goes straight east, and then he's going to pick up a different highway. And what's the last highway he's going to get on? Yeah, it's Highway 18. So that's the directions you would tell me on your answer. Does that help? Okay, so Abigail, you need to tell me number 4 in math, we just did. If it's number 4 in reading, we just did that too. So you need to stop spamming, and then they'll have to go back and look at the video again, okay? What is Highway 5? Nope, I didn't see a Highway 5. Did you understand how we did that though? What do we write for that? You would say, okay, I know you can kind of see the map, but kind of not, but hopefully you have it right in front of you. So Friendly's here. So you're going to say, you're going to drive northeast on Highway 2, take a right on Highway 18 and go southeast, and then you're going to take another right onto Highway 18 and go directly south. So we're using some directions like north, northeast, southeast, east, and south. And then you'll tell me what highway number they are. Okay, so what were the other questions on reading? Because we're on reading now. Number I didn't write down reading. Was it 8? Any more reading questions, guys? We got 4 more minutes. Number 5. Or about how many miles would the trip from Friendly to Middleburn be? Is that your question? So Lily, you need to see 6, 8, and 5. Okay, so we have 3 minutes. I'll try to get through it. Okay, so we just 5. So about how many miles would the trip from Friendly to Middleburn be? So that's what we just figured out, the directions and stuff, right? So let's see what's going on. My copy. Okay, so number 5. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to look at chat and do this all at the same time. Okay, so you figure that Friendly to, you know how above where they gave us the directions and the miles, they put at 9.1 miles is from Friendly to Patton City. It's like the second fact they give us up above. And you're looking at the map and you can approximate that it's about the same travel distance from Friendly to Middleburn. So you go ahead and figure that that's about the same. So you make your best guess of 9.1 miles. Or you can say about 9, which would be fine. Okay, so I believe the other one was it 8? Okay, so 8 asks approximately, so you don't have to have it exact. Approximately how far is Friendly to West Union? And it looks like West Union is south of Middleburn. Wow, these are small letters, huh? Friendly, West Union. Do you see it down there? The bigger letters. I can see it now. Okay, so your best guess would be using that. Do you see that it's approximately 20 miles from Friendly by road? Because of, what did we figure out? Looking at the map, guys. I should have looked at the map better. I'm sorry. So if you figure that from Friendly to Middleburn, right? We figured out that that was about the same as Patton City, which is about 9-ish miles. And so you figure if that's how far it is there, then kind of use that distance to figure out that it is to West Union would be at least double that. And so that you could say if it's 9.1 miles and it's about double, then you could say it's around 20 miles, and that would be just fine. Yes, you should always show up at live classes because we talk about more than just math. We need to talk about reading. We did reading today. How did typing go? Typing.com. Have you done that yet? And another question I have for you is what we're doing for our states fair. You are looking for a recipe, I believe. And we can talk about that tomorrow. So be thinking of that. Check out our list that you should have at home about it. And that is it. One last question, number 1 on reading. What is the distance, between Parkersburg and Wheeling? We can find that information right here because it tells us what to do. So you need to make sure and read all the directions up here because the answer is written right there. Just look for it. It is there. Yes, it's a recipe. It's, if we're meeting together, we would share it with everyone. We'll figure that out. It's part of our new adventure, huh? And it needs to be a recipe that's common to your state. Like Idaho, famous for potatoes, maybe I make some potato bread or some French fries or potato chips, something like that. Just start thinking about it and talk it over with your parents and maybe a little research on what is common in your state. Did we do number 6? Yes, I think we did. Maybe not. Okay, one more because it's after 2. Which direction would you travel from Friendly to reach Interstate 70? Interstate 70 is up here. Friendly is down here. So this would be going north. That's a bummer. Should really draw a map key right here. This is north, south, east, and west. That would have been a good addition to this. Okay, so gotta say bye because our time is over. Tomorrow, for reading, they will have a quiz for you to take, and it's that piece of paper that was in front of your packet that tells you how to get there. And we'll be doing a little quiz on chapters 1 and 2, and then we'll also read chapter 3 tomorrow. So that is what we're going to do, and I'll see you tomorrow. I will give you a lesson for language and math tonight, so they'll be uploaded in the morning. I will see you later. Bye-bye.